Hello everyone, I'm putting this up here just to show YouTube that I am operating within the guidelines of fair use, which allows to use segments of material I do not own the rights for in order to criticize and express an opinion. Just as any democratic, free speech supporting platform would do. I'm not going to make any money out of this, and everything I upload here will be for the sole purpose of reviewing, critique, and expressing opinions about what's going on and what went on the Fully Living channel. So today I'm going to take Rafael's birthday video and focus on some issues that I find to be recurrent behavioral patterns in this channel and in this family. The issues that keep repeating themselves, not things that are just a one-off, but the recurring themes. And we're going to start looking at Rafael, but I also want to talk about Abigail and in general, things that we've all seen throughout the years. And on this specific video, it's just one video, but you can see very clearly probably most of the recurrent behavioral patterns in this house. So let's start. So the first recurrent behavioral pattern that keeps happening and has been going on for years is talking over Rafael, ignoring or shutting him down. So many times we have seen this boy trying to add some of his knowledge, which is quite extensive because he's a curious boy. He likes to read, he likes to gather information, and just getting shut down again and again. But in this here video of his birthday, this is a special day, right? This is his 10th birthday. And at least on this day, you'd think he'd be the center of attention, but let's see.
I only have one wish. One wish.
Yeah, you just add one more zero.
One more zero. Well, we put it upside.
So, on his birthday, his 10th birthday, Rafael says, I only have one wish. One wish. And I'm not going to surprise anyone here, he does not get to voice that wish throughout the video. So again, talking over him, ignoring, shutting him down. This is a very recurrent theme on this channel. And generally when Andrea and her mother are together, it's just they don't talk to each other. They talk simultaneously, really, at the same time, in very loud voices. I'm not sure how they even hear each other. It's just, it doesn't make any, it's just a cacophony of voices, loud voices. But this is nothing new. And even when Esther is not there, this happens a lot with Rafael. The second issue that keeps coming up in so many of these videos is Abigail's situation. Abigail, I'm going to repeat very quickly, has been isolated since she was a baby, and she has never been socialized outside of the house. She's also been very highly favorited over Rafael. It is my opinion that she has never been actually taught how to behave around people. She more or less has been taught how to behave in front of a camera. It's like, if we look at her behaviors, we will see a bunch of exhibited behaviors that represent themselves in so many videos and here as well. And one of the issues that I'm going to bring up here is the lack of self-control, the lack of ability to delay satisfactions, And I think this is very common among kids who never learned how to do that. They never had real boundaries set for them. They never had been educated in a way that taught them how to behave in a surroundings where they have very clear boundaries. And I'm not talking about boundaries like Hadar put down to Rafael, which were basically instilling fear into him. He intimidated him. He gave him orders, military style orders. When he was young, it was even orders that you would say to a dog. So, no, not that. And neither am I talking about boundaries laid down by Andrea, which are just fear. I'm going to put the fear of life into these kids so they don't do things that I don't want them to do. And that is a sort of attitude that is not laying down healthy boundaries. And children need boundaries because they have to learn how to put boundaries for themselves. It makes them feel safe and secure and put together. And it seems like Abigail is lacking a lot in that area. And so controlling herself, being able to self-control or to delay satisfaction is an issue. But throughout Raphael's birthday, she keeps telling him what he's going to have in his present, even though he asks her repeatedly not to reveal because he wants to be surprised by his presents when he opens them. Everyone in the family tells her not to do so, but she still cannot hold back and does it anyway. And that is not only a form of lack of control or inability to resist temptation, it's more about ruining it for Raphael and being spiteful. And that's another side of Abigail that needs to be talked about, because this child has a lot of anger in her, in my opinion, in my personal opinion. A lot. She's bottling up a lot of anger, and I've made a video about this, but I haven't published it yet. This child has been denied her life in some way. She does not have and did not have the opportunity to learn who she is through communication with other children. She does not have friends. She has never celebrated a birthday with friends her age, neither did Raphael. So Raphael is 10 years old. Never seen him having a birthday with friends, getting present from friends, being cheered by his friends when he blows out the candles. Nothing. So let's...
Abigail can't trust you around presents. It's a shirt and pants.
Yeah, that little giggle, Hadar. If Raphael would have done that to Abby, you wouldn't be giggling at him, would you? Now be honest. So that's not exactly correct, Andrea. It's not that you can't trust her around presents, and it's not funny, and it's not something to make fun of or to treat lightly. She deliberately, repeatedly told him what he has inside every one of the packages, even though she was asked more than once and by more than one person not to do so. And she just can't control it, or willingly doesn't control it. I don't know. But in both cases, this is not a right behavior. This is not nice. It's not considerate. It's not respecting her brother. And you're doing nothing to educate her or to teach her different ways. You're not setting any kind of boundaries. And you're creating a little person who will not be able to set their own boundaries. And therefore, will never feel safe and secure in their world. Now, this is not something that I make up. These are, psychological facts. Of course, again, I'm saying them, I'm not analyzing, it's just my opinion. But go ahead and learn them. So if this was a one-off thing, again, I wouldn't say anything. But since this is a pattern, and since it's repetitive, and since this is a system that has been working for so many years like this is not right. And to try and sell those kids afterwards the story that they are respectful and nice and good kids, and that is not true when it comes to Abigail's behaviors. And I don't blame her. She's only 6. She doesn't know better. Nobody's teaching her, nobody's guiding her, nobody's laying down boundaries to her. So how will she know? Now, if this were the only issue concerning Abigail, then I'd say, okay, she'll grow out of it. But I don't think she can grow out of something that is being ingrained into her. And if you look at her entire life, she does not have anyone else around her that she can learn from. So she doesn't have teachers or assistant teachers or other children or other parents of children that she goes to visit. No one. She doesn't have any kind of other role model to look up to. And so these behaviors are a result of that and of other things as well, because we can also see throughout many videos a lot of jealousy that is directed toward Rafael. There's a lot of, in my opinion, what I see, anger issues as well, and maybe even aggressive issues that we don't know about, but we can sort of like feel. And it's so sad because I don't want to go too much into it because I want to make a video especially about Abigail. She deserves a video of her own, about her upbringing, about what she had to endure and still has to, because don't forget that she has been declined some things that Rafael did get. He did get them when he was in Israel because the system made Andrea send him to kindergarten and to school. And she was more balanced back then in some way, it seems, because she could allow him to go to extracurricular activities. He had some sports, he had this, he had that. Due to his, let's say, Asperger's, he was able to go out to have different activities. So he had gotten a bit more of the world, exposure to the world than Abigail. So I think we can't really see these behaviors in Abigail without feeling sorry for her. But we need to remember also that her different unwanted or undesirable behaviors are directed towards Rafael. He doesn't deserve that. And he isn't protected, and never was. He was never allowed to retaliate when she behaved in ways that he was dependent on his parents to put boundaries down to her when she behaved towards him with jealousy or with aggressive behaviors or hit him or broke his toys or whatever. He could not do anything on his own. He wasn't allowed to. So he looked to them to protect him, but they, as far as we know, didn't. Now there are 2 more scenes that I would like to show here, but I think I'm going to have to show only one and very short because I don't want to risk Andrea taking off this video from my channel. So let's fast forward to the time where Rafael is outside trying to jump on his pogo stick. Now, From before he even opened the gift, Abigail was already saying, I want to play with it, I want to play with it. Everyone told her that she is too small, that it's Raphael's, etc. Yeah, well, guess what? She does get to play with it while Raphael stands aside, and you can see on his face that defeated look once again. So, again, nothing can really belong only to him. Nothing. As far as we know, again. And this is my opinion, of course, not a fact. So, I just want to point your attention to one little thing to the effect of these parents and what it does to a child. And again, this is my personal perception. So, in the next video, I'm going to show you what I mean. But just a little background. So we're talking about the time where Raphael is outside. He's practicing his pogo stick. He's learning how to jump. The positive thing here is that the whole family is outside. They are encouraging him. They are clapping when he succeeds. They're giving him directions. So very nice cooperation here. And basically, he's doing it slowly but surely. And then there comes a point where this happens.
So
Watch your mouth.
you balance.
Too.
Yes.
Watch your mouth.
Chin
on
up.
Top of that.
Chin up. Don't be looking down.
Whoa.
Oh, you alright?
Okay, this is the way I see this incident. He was jumping around, trying to do his thing, getting support from the family. And then Andrea has to bring in some kind of fear-inducing comment. Now, sure, she's not aware of what she's doing, but this is how it works. She scares him into something. So now his attention is reflected from the fun, the trying, the practicing, to watching his mouth or chin, or having his chin up, not looking down at the pogo stick, which is, again, losing control of what's going on, because you have to look down to see what you're doing, right? And once she can do that, once she gets that fear into the picture, he tumbles and falls for the first time in this whole video. And I, for one, again, Kyla's perception, do not think that this is a coincidence. I think this is where you lose your self-assurance, you lose your confidence in what you're doing. The moment you have to deal with the fear, and you get an instruction that is based on fear. And then, boom, he goes down. And that is exactly, in my opinion, how instilling fear works. It damages, it undermines your connection to yourself in a way that if you had confidence so far in what you were doing, if you were really believing in yourself, once you get this fear energy into you, you're lost. You lose that confidence. And remember, these kids are getting drilled into fear everywhere they go with their parents. We hear that all the time, right? This is one of the things that I can't be quiet about on this channel. This is a dysfunction that is making those kids, in my opinion, breaking those kids, actually. Because he wouldn't have fallen if they didn't give him that stupid instruction by scaring him in a way. And he is a scared child anyway. I mean, remember his childhood, remember his infanthood. So to me, that wasn't surprising. It was just sad. And I could go on and on, but I think I've talked about at least 3 recurring patterns of behavior that we see in this short video here. And there's more. if you look well, there's more in this, even in this one video of the birthday. But I think I'm going to end here because I don't want to test your patience. Thank you.